All right, so we're at the side of the hand, karate chop point under the bottom line of the pinky. So that's where we do the setup. Even though I'm horrified when people think ill of me. Right now, I choose to think well of myself. And I love myself. Even though it really stings when others decide the worst of me and see me that way. Right now, I accept myself as I am. And right now, I choose to love myself. Even though it feels so bad and so uncomfortable when people think ill of me. And then I start thinking ill of myself. Right now, I love myself. And right now, I fully accept myself. Okay, and so we go to the crown. And if you can do fingertips, you can do patting, and you can always do the double tapping if you like that better. Okay, this specific feeling of having people out there thinking ill of me. And please connect to the breath when you're not speaking. Inner eyebrow. I really hate that feeling. Outer eye. I can even dread that feeling. And as we tap now the next point under the eye, upper cheekbone, I invite you to think of a current situation or a recent situation where you feel that or felt that, and really connect to the felt sense of it. That person or these people or that group are out there rolling their eyes about me, talking about whatever the worst of me is, whatever the most caricature version of what's wrong with me is. Tune into that as you tap and breathe. Okay, let's move to under the nose. This is a one-handed point. If you're double tapping these next 2 points, under the nose and the chin point, which is really the groove, those happen with one hand. Otherwise, all the points can be double tapping. I really don't like myself when I am so bothered by what others think of me. Chin point. I judge that. I feel I should be beyond that. Then I'm thinking ill of me and joining them. Okay, under the clavicle round. I've also seen my defensive self come up. And often it's in my mind that I'm talking back to them and defending what I think they think of me. And that feels kind of awful. Now, if you're double tapping, here's where you cross your arms because you're crossing over to the other side, tapping on the side of the ribs. One hand's width from the base of the armpit, so-called bra strap point. I definitely prefer being self-referential. not being worried or bothered about what others think of me. But right now, I know human beings can be bothered by that, are bothered by that. So I'm going to welcome myself to the human race. Okay, we're going back to the crown, and here's where we reach for better feeling thoughts. Right now, I accept that I can be bothered by what others think. Right now, I allow that. Right now, I normalize and validate that for myself. Inner eyebrow. And here's where I invite you during this tapping point to close your eyes and go back to a younger self. Let's say adolescence down to childhood, or you can even invite movies for all those selves who had moments. Just watch them, watch those younger selves being so hurt, so scared of how others may think ill of them. The fear of that, the humiliation of that. Breathe as you watch those movies. Okay, let's go to the outer eye point. And now I invite you to just close your eyes again, and you can either choose one of those or a few of those, or kind of scan back over all the movies that you saw and just love that one and that one and that one and that one. Just give them love. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, under the eye. And now come back to repeating after me. Right now, I acknowledge that there's nothing inherently wrong with me if others think there's something wrong with me. Under the nose. I was never supposed to be perfect. Chin point. I was always supposed to be on a journey. Under the clavicle round. I plan to be on that journey till I die. And I'll fuck up again. Or I'll see new things in myself that I don't love. Or I'll be reactive again to something that activates an old wound. Side of the ribs. Right now, I fully accept that. Right now, I love the one on that journey. Crown. Right now, I acknowledge how well I show up for that journey, and that I'm getting better and better at showing up for myself. I'm getting better and better at showing up for and with others. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I give everybody on the planet permission to think ill of me. Side of the ribs, nope, side of the eye, body parts. Right now, I give this specific person or this specific group permission to think ill of me. Remember to breathe consciously, feel the breath. Notice that it shifts as you tap. Under the eye. And it's okay if my small, sad self comes up when I think someone thinks something bad about me. Under the eye. I am willing to lovingly meet my small self. Chin point. I am willing to meet my judgy self who makes myself wrong. And walk toward loving myself. I am capable of that journey. Under the clavicle round. I know sometimes people will reject me. That's normal in a human life. And right now, I commit to not rejecting myself. Side of the ribs. I know somebody will fixate on something wrong with me. I know I'm capable of joining them there. I'm capable of attacking them for being there. I don't need to make identity out of any of that. Crown point. And I'm willing to learn from everything that happens with other human beings. I actually want to grow myself. Inner eyebrow, this is our last round. And I know the universe is always sending me people to vibe with, to love, to flow good energy back and forth with, to banter with, to play with, to hold up beautiful mirrors for each other. Side of the eye. And I know that rough patches with people can heal. I'm willing to show up for the healing. Under the eye. And I know that sometimes we just lose people. That's real. And sometimes it's because they decided something bad about us. That's real. Under the nose. But that's not what defines my life or my worthiness. Chin point. And I'm not stuck with that as some fundamental reality. I am resilient. I am capable to come back to my beautiful, loving self. Under the clavicle round. I am capable of forgiving others. I am capable of interrupting my negative thoughts about them and focusing on what I love and admire about them. I don't even need that reciprocated. Side of the ribs. And I am safe when others think ill of me. I will always have friends, people I'm really intimate with, animals who love me, work environments where I thrive and contribute to the thriving of others. And life can keep growing that and sweetening that and changing that, and that's good. Round point. This is where we end. I love myself. I approve of myself. People think well of me. Sometimes someone thinks ill of me. I'm down for it all. And I'm committed to keep coming back to my best, most conscious self, however often I move away from that. Now we drop one hand into the other, cupping our palms together. Drop down to give yourself to gravity, drop your shoulders and really connect to the breath. Give your muscles that aren't needed for the position you're in, give them all to gravity. Be held by the earth. Connect to the reverberations of the tapping. Let it feel good. Let it move along whatever is ready to dissolve and dissipate. And if there's anything you notice that was said through the process that didn't quite land or that brought up resistance or felt like, I'm not quite there yet, take note of that. You can take a literal note when we're done here, and that's the next tapping session or some other process that you want to take it to. When you're ready, please look down and open your eyes with very soft gaze, peripheral vision included. Focus the gaze when you're ready and look up, and we'll come back together.